A new day dawns over ancient Africa. Virgin wilderness that looks much today the way it has looked for hundreds of thousands of years. The early morning mist shrouding the cool earth begins to rise, dispersed by the sun's warming rays, revealing a treasure below and opening the way for the new day that is coming. The sun also warms and awakens the creatures of the bush, who shake the night from their feathers, greet the new day, and pass on the message. Great and small, they begin to move. For some, a contemplative time before they swing into the new day. But how long could this peace, purity, and perfect balance last? It was to last until man introduced the gun. 100 years ago, indiscriminate hunting, just wanton destruction, was taking its toll. A vision was needed to put a stop to this. Fortunately, there were those who recognized the danger, men of vision, such as President Paul Kruger of the Zuid-Afrikaanse Republiek. For years, he had called for the protection of the wildlife of his country. A piece of prime, low-felt bush between the Crocodile and the Sabi rivers was eventually proclaimed the Sabi Game Reserve. The year was 1898. The vision had become a reality, and what was to become the Kruger National Park, the culmination of a vision, had come into being. These were pioneering days in what would later be one of the most famous wildlife sanctuaries in the world, the Kruger National Park. A conservation showpiece, it stretches some 380 kilometers from north to south and is on average 60 kilometers wide, about 2 million hectares of pristine Africa. Kruger contains some 16 distinct ecosystems: mountains, savanna, bushveld, thornveld, riverine and woodland, supporting 147 species of mammal, more than 500 bird, 118 reptile, 336 tree, and 112 shrub species. And lording over it all is the king. This is Big Five country. White rhino, but the endangered black rhino is here as well. And buffalo, of which Kruger Park has many huge herds. The biggest of the Big Five, the elephant, the gentle giant of the savannah. Perhaps the most elusive of them all, the leopard, considered by many to be the ultimate predator. But like all great systems, Kruger too needed management and a new vision, a vision of caring and public involvement had to come. The man who brought this vision was ironically a former big game hunter, James Stevenson Hamilton. He made President Paul Kruger's vision a reality and opened the reserve to the public. He also urged the expansion of the Sabi Game Reserve until it reached the proportions of a truly national park. The first visitors to this new national park arrived in 1927 through a single entrance gate. But today, there are 8 gates to Kruger, from Pafuri in the north to Malalaan and Crocodile Bridge in the south, where this journey through Kruger begins. Here you can get really close to this special environment, experience the colors, the vibrancy of the natural system. The aloes of the mountainous region of the southwest are a wonder in themselves, and also attract many bird species, such as the nectar-loving scarlet-chested sunbird. Others too share in the bounty of nectar. And the insects again attract other birds, such as the spectacular black-headed oriole. This interaction with the natural environment means interaction with the bigger creatures as well, interaction that can sometimes be at very close quarters and sometimes quite tense. A good time, perhaps, to ponder the fact that a rhino can weigh 2 or 3 times as much as your car, one of Kruger's real heavyweights. It is important to be back in camp and out of harm's way by nightfall, but that may not be always as easy as you think. Even out in the bush, you may hit a traffic jam. Africa's second most endangered carnivore, the wild dog, the painted wolf of Africa. These much maligned creatures are most likely to be seen in the southern part of the park. And if you're lucky, you might come across a den close to the road. Wild dogs live in packs of 10 to 15 individuals. The pups are born in the dry winter months. Most members of the pack hunt males, females, and young adults, and usually in the early morning or late afternoon. The hunters return to the den to regurgitate food for the pups and those adults who have stayed home to keep an eye on things. These are among the most fascinating species in the park. The southwestern corner of Kruger is Malelaan mountain bushveld country. It is also where one finds the park's southernmost camp, Berg en Dal, the only one in the mountains. This modern camp was opened in 1984 with attractions for all sorts of visitors. It is built on a dam which lures many species. A pyramid of terrapins soak up the sun. Others take a little exercise, while some forage for tidbits. Monitors, or leguans, also enjoy this watery environment. A very special feature of Berg en Dal is for visitors who are visually handicapped. A braille trail set out around the dam gives trailists an opportunity to really get in touch. The braille information allows visitors to feel, to smell, and to hear the different elements around them, and to demonstrate a different kind of vision for Kruger. A more traditional bush experience is to be had in one of the many so-called bushveld camps scattered around the park, such as Biamiti. One of the real joys of these camps is that at some of them one can get beyond the fence on foot to walk in the park and experience it on the ground. In the evening, there is the delight of returning to camp and the communal fire, a time for swapping tales and tall stories of the day, who saw what and where. More and more people from all walks of life are enjoying this hands-on bush experience. Another bushveld camp is Shimuwini. Because they are more informal, these bushveld camps offer the visitor better opportunities, a little more time to watch nature at work, or to get out with the ranger, to be in places and to see things not so commonly seen. Now you see him, now you don't. Now you see him, but no, it's no longer him at all. Stevenson Hamilton's vision of allowing tourists in the park soon necessitated more accommodation. Pretorius Kop is one of the oldest camps in Kruger. It is often referred to as the friendly camp because of its particularly restful atmosphere and welcoming shady gardens. This is the only camp with exotic trees like the Bauhinia. These trees were originally established in the ranger's garden. Today, there is a strictly applied indigenous-only rule when trees are planted anywhere in Kruger. The coral tree is a favorite because of its spectacular early spring flowers. The bush around Pretorius Kop is usually quite thick and the grass long, creating a habitat particularly suited to one of Africa's most magnificent antelopes, the sable, and an opportunity for the visitor to have good sightings of them. Of course, there are others who also enjoy this area. The Baboon Roadshow has just hit town. Once the show is over, everyone leaves, taking his seat along. Amusing as they may sometimes seem, baboon are strong, fierce fighters and will tackle anything, including leopard, in defense of the troop, or other baboons in the quest for dominance. Still in the southern end of the park, set on the Sabi River, is Lower Sabi Camp. The thick riverine vegetation provides shelter to a wide variety of game. The river is home to the largest and one of the most dangerous riverine animals in Africa. A raft of hippos, despite their reputation, gregarious creatures who appreciate nothing more than a family get-together and a communal splash and wallow. But the river hides many secrets. A closer look will reveal much more. The roads around Lower Sabi are busy because there is always something to see. Like lion, of course, the great favorite. But who is watching whom? These little steenbok hardly warrant a second thought from the lion, but they are a reminder that there is an ever-present natural tension between predator and prey. The lions are hunting, and on this occasion they also have a watchful audience. Will they have that ultimate sighting, a kill? No, not this time. But they're not giving up yet. There might be a second chance. Impala rates high on the lion's menu, and because there are so many of them around, chances are good here of seeing a kill on the road. This one got away. However, each year lion and other predators take out enough impala to keep the population in check and make culling unnecessary. Skukuza is the biggest camp in the park. It is the park headquarters and therefore the administrative capital. The well-established shady gardens and gently flowing river in front of the camp provide an atmosphere of relaxed peacefulness. It is a popular camp with tourists because the only public airstrip in the park is here, meaning that visitors may fly into Skukuza and start their safari right here. And although the camp is pleasant enough, the accent is on safari. No one wants to stay in camp. They want to get on the road and make contact with the big ones. And contact they make. The largest land mammal alive today, the elephant, a creature of certain mystery, but also a creature of great dignity, great presence, and great power. Having spent all that energy throwing his weight around, he actually has enough guts left to make another challenge. A strategic withdrawal seems a good idea. Strategic withdrawal? What about beating a hasty retreat? This is probably as good a time as any to take a break, to relax a little, to stretch those legs. Dotted along Kruger's roads are many picnic spots,